Hey everyone, my name is Trenna. This is John's Furniture Repair, and I thought I would do a little tour of the shop and explain who John is so that you guys who are tuning into my videos know the story about how this started. So first I'll tell you who John is. John's my dad, and I worked with him in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, in Canada for about 20 years, and he taught me pretty much everything I know. I didn't go to school for any of this. So it was just me and my dad working, and I'll show you a picture of him right here. This is me and my dad together in his shop in Saskatoon, and I miss working with him. He's a ton of fun to work with, and that's basically where I grew up and learned how to do all the stuff that I do in here. And we moved out here to Essex County about 8 years ago, and I started up this business because I was looking for something to do. My teaching degree took about a year to transfer over to Ontario from Saskatchewan. And so I started just doing this on the side because I knew what I was doing with it, and it just blew up, and I've been busy ever since. So that's what its origins are here. But this is a shop that I've built. I was in 2 other shops before this. The first one was a shared shop, just a tiny little space. Second one was a little smaller than this one that I leased for about 4 years, 5 years, I forget. Anyways, and then we finally built our own shop out in the county in the back of our property. So this is my dream shop. So let me show you guys around. So basically this is where people come in. I just have a little desk here. And over here is where bigger pieces come in through the overhead door. So I made sure to install a large door just in case I needed to get big pieces easily in and out. I only had a small door in my last shop, so this is something I really appreciate. This area here at the end of the shop is my spray finishing area. So I've got all my touch-up toners and lacquers and touch-up stuff and polishing, all kinds of smelly stuff all on this end, and metal cabinets, my stains here. And this guy here is my spray booth. So I'll turn on the light for you guys so you can see. So this booth was in an old shop that was shut down a while ago. It was actually, they used big pumps. But anyways, I bought this shop, and it was really hard to get out of the building, really hard to get over here, really hard to set it up. So this is an accomplishment getting this all in here. Got a huge 24-inch duct going straight out the side of the building. And that was all installed by professionals. So everything is up to code, and this thing works awesome. Let me turn it on so you can hear how loud it is, but it really sucks the air. I open a door, it just blows it right open. It really evacuates this whole space within a matter of maybe 10 seconds. It sucks all the air out of the shop. So that is awesome when I'm spraying, because I don't have to breathe in all this stuff. So over here in this section, under the shelf here, I've got my 80-gallon compressor. So that operates the booth, and all my air tools back there. So we just kind of hid Bertha under here, that's her name. And these shelves my husband built me for storing everything, because inevitably in this business you got to put furniture somewhere while it's waiting to get worked on. So he did a really cool thing where there's different levels for different pieces, so it's easier to put lighter things up here and lower things underneath, and keep it all at easy to get at levels. So I really like this space because it keeps it out of my way. Inevitably, I have way too much furniture. We're booked into the end of July, and it's all over the shop instead of just in the storage area. So this whole section here is half done, waiting. Maybe one day I'll be organized, probably not. So then we get into kind of a tool area, which is also a mess right now because I've got doors in process. So I have the electricians put down some drop-down plugs for machines. So jointer planer is supposed to be here, table saw, band saw, sander, miter saw. All these things are supposed to have their own plugs. Obviously a little organization is still happening. We've only been in this shop for a year, and I'm still making things the way I want them to be, but in general it works pretty good. This is just my wood storage. I'm not a builder. I'm a refinisher and repair person, so I just keep wood on hand for repairs and small things that I need to build. So it's on wheels, everything comes apart. I've got all small stock here, sheet stock, long stock. This cart I built, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago. And it's perfect because I can keep everything in one spot and I don't need to have wood all over the shop. It all stays right here. So just some more storage here. And then we get into the main prep section of the shop, where I spend a lot of time preparing the furniture, stripping the furniture, sanding the furniture, repairing the furniture, doing all the gluing, clamping. Everything happens over here in this section. So this section is usually a complete mess, and I know where everything is, and it makes sense to me. So this shelf here, I've got air tools. I've got a bunch of drills and saws and the router and the bits and all kinds of stuff that I need in here. Sandpaper, blades for stuff, just jammed it. I love this because I can see it all, and I'm that kind of person. I like to see what's in the shelf to be able to know what it is. And I'm constantly moving things around and using this space to get rid of stuff on my bench. And then over here I've got chemicals. This is my stripper and my methyl hydrate that I use. And I got these nifty 5-gallon pail tippers, so I don't have to do it myself. Makes it really easy. And I just keep all my stain brushes and finish brushes here. And this is kind of like the section where everything gets kind of dirty and taken apart and all that kind of stuff. I've got storage for like old hardware that I keep around for repairs here, and a rag bin here. Funny story, this cupboard comes from our first house in Windsor that had really ugly cabinets with red handles. So it's my memory from my first house. I tore it out the first night that we got there, even though I hadn't slept in 2 days because it was so ugly. Okay, this is my messy workbench with the hand tools. So I've got screws, sandpaper, all of my hand tools here, saws, scrapers, hammers. Everything is organized in a way that I know where it is, and I use this place a ton. I'm always coming over to this bench and grabbing something that I need. I've got a little vise here. This is where I keep this little fan going. I just pop this off. If I need some more ventilation, just get this guy going, and it sucks air right across the workbench when I'm doing any staining or stripping or anything smelly. So that's super handy. And I just flip that guy up and that stays shut. This is my wall of clamps. I want more clamps, but these are the ones I have. I have some more small ones under there, but mostly I use these guys here. And they're often off the wall and all over the shop on things. This is my lathe, which is kind of a piece of crap, but it works. I'd love to get a new one day, but it works for what I need it for. I don't do a ton of building, but when I need to make a new leg or a rung or whatever, that guy comes in handy. And scroll saw that I got from a guy for $5, which is amazing because it's the best little scroll saw I've ever had in my entire life, and I love that thing. So we spray foamed the whole shop, and you can see up here a piece of the spray foam that we haven't covered with OSB yet. And this shop is super insulated. We're in Canada, so we need to do insulation, but even the summer in Windsor, it's really hot and it keeps the heat out of the building as well. This is our radiant heat system, and it feels, when it's on, it feels like the sun is shining on your back. I love this heat. It works amazing, and it also heats the items in the room instead of the air. So when I have the spray booth on, it doesn't suck out all the heat because all the items are actually holding heat and throwing it back into the room. So that's nice. Back here is kind of like a makeshift upholstery, weaving area that eventually will have a bathroom in this corner. When we built the shop, I put in plumbing to do a bathroom. So right here is supposed to be, this is your vent stack for a sink and a toilet right in the corner there. So that'll eventually be built up to the wall and be a bathroom. But I don't really need that right now. And yeah, so basically that's the full trip around the shop. Everything else is just kind of in the middle of getting organized or there, but that's the gist of how this place works. And it's kind of my dream shop because my house is just right there, and I pour a cup of coffee in the morning and walk out to the building and I'm at work. So it's perfect, love it. Thanks for joining me, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out all the projects we do in here.